Good morning, everyone. We're here doing the lessons of A Course in Miracles, and today we are doing lesson number 231. And in this particular grouping of lessons, there are themes. And the previous theme that we learned was what is forgiveness, and then there were several lessons that tied into that. Well, today we're going to get a deeper lesson on salvation. So I'm going to read through that, and then we'll get into lesson 231. So sit back and get comfortable and get ready for this. What is salvation? Salvation is a promise made by God that you would find your way to Him at last. It cannot but be kept. It guarantees that time will have an end, and all the thoughts that have been born in time will end as well. God's word is given every mind which thinks that it has separate thoughts and will replace these thoughts of conflict with the thought of peace. The thought of peace was given to God's Son the instant that his mind had thought of war. There was no need for such a thought before, for peace was given without opposite and merely was. But when the mind is split, there is a need of healing. So the thought that has the power to heal the split became a part of every fragment of the mind that still was one, but failed to recognize its oneness. Now it did not know itself and thought its own identity was lost. So I really love that because it's basically telling us when we're out of peace, we're out of alignment with God. I also love the fact that this mentions that peace has no opposite. And in our ego mind, we think, well, of course it does. It's war. I was in the military for 20 years. I know a lot about war, but boy, did I create that whole illusion that there is an opposite of peace and that somehow it takes a war, fighting a war to get back to peace. It's this whole training program that we have in our minds that you have to fight and strive for something in order to bring you back to a state of peace. There has to be a struggle. No, there doesn't. That is untrue. Salvation is undoing in the sense that it does nothing, failing to support the world of dreams and malice. Thus, it lets illusions go. By not supporting them, it merely lets them quietly go down to dust. And what they hid is now revealed, an altar to the holy name of God, whereon His word is written, with the gifts of your forgiveness laid before it, and the memory of God not far behind. Let us come daily to this holy place and spend a little while together. Here we share our final dream. It is a dream in which there is no sorrow, for it holds a hint of all the glory given us by God. The grass is pushing through the soil, the trees are budding now, and birds have come to live within their branches. Earth is being born again in new perspective. Night has gone, and we have come together in the light. For here we give salvation of the world, for it is here salvation was received. The song of our rejoicing is the call to all the world that freedom is returned, that time is almost over, and God's Son has but an instant more to wait until His Father is remembered. Dreams are done, eternity has shined away the world, and only heaven now exists at all. Oh, the crescendo of that one, it really gets powerful. Okay, so that is salvation. And a fish just jumped in the water near me, thank you. All right, so let's get into lesson 231. Father, I will but to remember you. What can I seek for, Father, but your love? Perhaps I think I seek for something else, a something I have called by many names. Yet it is your love the only thing I seek or ever sought, for there is nothing else that I could ever really want to find. Let me remember you. What else could I desire but the truth about myself? This is your will, my brother, and you share this will with me, and with the one as well who is our Father. To remember Him is heaven, this we seek, and only this is what it will be given us to find. And that is lesson 231. Father, I will but to remember you. That is really simple, isn't it? If there's no such thing as war, conflict, and The only thing we really want is God. Makes life pretty easy, right? Okay, before I get into a year of forgiveness, I just want to say that this is a gift that I was given by an awesome member of our community here on my YouTube channel, Tom Jenkins. There was an amazing ceremony that was done for my partner and his son and I to bless our journey that we're going to start tomorrow morning, going across the country, not living in a house anymore, being nomadic people, just doing life. Yeah, thank you so much, Tom. I love the fact that you participate so much on this channel. It was so awesome to be able to meet you in person and give you a hug and hear your beautiful words and experience your heart in that ceremony last night. I'm really, really humbled and in awe of the amount of love that already exists in this community that I'm now a part of. And it's amazing to me. I feel so lucky and so blessed. And this, according to Tom, has been to Burning Man several times, so it has a lot of very dynamic and exciting energy. So I just can't wait to have it with us in the camper on our trip. So thank you again, Tom. Can't wait to see you in person the next time. All right, so let's do lesson 231 in a year of forgiveness. Let's see what Jesus has to say in the 2019 remix. Father, I will but to remember you. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one you know as Jesus. These lessons that describe you being solely dedicated to reunification with the love from which you came seem very hard to reconcile with your workday world, your busy world of shipping children hither and yon as you get up early to do all these things. Many of your jobs do not require all your attention. And this is something those of you who have been doing A Course in Miracles for a little longer can come to see. That you can be cooking your dinner and praying. You can be doing the dishes and doing your lesson. Often you can choose to do these things when you are engaged in ordinary automatic behavior. When you are folding the laundry, do your lesson. When you are walking through the woods, do your lesson. There are many, many places and times. You do not have to be sitting quietly on a bed in a room where nothing is happening to be able to focus on your reunification with love. This is our challenge for you today. Use whatever time you have in those mundane tasks you do throughout the day to do your lessons, pray, and seek reunification with love. When you do something very challenging that requires all your attention, you prepare your mind, not by ruminating on darkness and not by fearfully worrying about the future of our planet. Oh, that's a good one. Focus on a high frequency, which is where the solutions to your problems and challenges lie. I am that one you know as Jesus, and we will speak to you tomorrow. Father, I will but to remember you. That's it. So remember the Creator of the universe today. Remember the love that you came from today. And yeah, that's a really good reminder when you're doing mundane tasks to do your lesson. Especially if you're in the middle of something really stressful, it can be the first thing that you forget. I get it. I'm there. I try to remember. So that's what we can do, is do our best. Lots of love to all of you. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow.